Greetings, angels. It's Intuitive Jacob back, and we're going to do a crescent reading that is focusing on healing messages. The crescent itself is going to be 7 cards that are depicted with La Vera Sibilla Italiana. I'm pulling 7, 1 for the past, 1 for the present, 1 for the near future, 1 for our internal world, 1 for our external influences, 1 that'll give us an idea of what to do to maintain a certain course of action, and the 7th one will give us a really good idea of what potential developments can be over the next fortnight. So it's going to be approximately 2 weeks, although I'll never encourage you to be weak. I'm going to say the next 2 strong. And in addition to that, I will be pulling a card from the Romance Angels for those of you that might also want a lens on potential romantic situations going on. Make sure you check your moon and your rising with me. I'm actually more of a moon-driven reader myself, so I hear from many of my clients that they get many of their messages from the moon readings that I offer, so I'm highly going to recommend that. If you're looking for more detailed information, hit me up at artoflove.me. I can do a personal private reading for you with just your information. And if not, I hope these messages are helpful for you. If so, I really appreciate your thumbs ups, and those of you that have supported my channel and commented, liked, and subscribed, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that. And especially those of you who have trusted me with your private readings. Much appreciated, and catch you on the inside of your reading. Hey, what's going on, Scorpio? It's good to see you. It's just kind of clearing the space here and lighting incense between readings, and I was hearing for some of you all that it's like your pixie sprites is what I'm hearing about. It's like your little pixie sprites. You're gonna know if you have them or not. Have been assisting you in some funny ways, and they're showing like these little flecks all around you, and it's like some of you all are super much in contact with whoever your spirit guides are and your angels right now, and it's just hearing about special help that you've been receiving from a good friend, and how that might be especially key at this time, and things that you're able to communicate that maybe you were not able to communicate before, especially if you found yourself in situations where you're having to be very secretive. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to keep shuffling the decks, and we'll speed this part up, and I'll be back for your reading. Hey, what's going on, Scorpio? Back after shuffling your cards here. Woo! Wow. That crystal just slid off the board. I hear some of you all just might be ready to do something you didn't think you could do. It's like taking yourself out of a muck is what I'm hearing. So I don't know if you've been feeling like you were like mucked down or like caught up in something you didn't want to be caught up in, but here you might really have some like physical substantial help somewhere that showed up to help you move some energies that were blocked. If that's the case, I really hope so, Scorpio. Let's see here. It's a time to get unstuck. Alright, so we've got cards for our past, present, near future, your internal world, external world, what to do to keep things on a certain course, and how it's going to develop. Let's see what's looking at us here. So some of you all are waiting for a message to come through, and I'm hearing for others it's like it had to be things that you observed around you. It was that kind of information that you were looking for because you actually needed to send something or make a note to somebody. And I'm hearing if you've been waiting to get in contact with somebody about something that you couldn't talk about, especially if it's been like 2 or more years, I'm hearing now's the time, and you're going to be taking advantage of this retrograde season. They're saying that it might have something to do with a relationship. I'm seeing like dualities here, and for a lot of you, this has to deal with like an end to a relationship and the reasons why you couldn't talk before. And so let's see what's going on here with our past relating to now. Well, somebody had a baby, or there was a start of something new. So this is about somebody's start or about somebody's child, because that bambino has, well, it's a little baby in the bassinet there. And we're hearing for some of you all, it's like either how you put that information out there about how somebody found out about this child or new start. Okay, what is the present situation? All right, Scorpio, I'm hearing some of you all had to walk away from a relationship that wasn't good. They're telling me it was like a weird triangulation. And it's like, it's weird. I'm hearing red pill or blue pill, red pill or blue pill. And for some of you all, that's the kind of shit that's going to make you feel crazy right now. And I'm hearing, maybe it's realizing you're the pill and what the white pill is. And for somebody else, it's like finding out that he wasn't actually the dad. He was just like the donor. That's what I'm hearing. So you're going to know if that's for you. I'm hearing not the dad, just the donor. And we're seeing something too. I'm seeing like somebody's brother getting in the way. I don't always see it this way, because sometimes this is a happy card here for me, Scorpio. Alegres al cuore means happiness of the heart. And in more like traditional interpretations of this card and in this deck, in a more like antiquated sense of cartomancy, this woman is being given by like a brother or an uncle. I don't see that one as the father. It's usually like the brother, the uncle, a cousin to the new groom. And this is her having a, the hairpins. They look like she's got a crown on her head. And she's being given to the one that heals her heart here. From, maybe the one that just had material concerns or blood ties in common. So for some of y'all, I'm hearing it's like some kind of family situation that might have been involved with this child and what's going on right now. And I'm hearing for some of you all, it's literally like your release. Ooh, baby. My little girl's tripping out over there. I think she's having a dream. So please excuse me if you hear my little girl yipping over there. She's in her little bassinet and she's speaking up. But yeah, I'm hearing for somebody, this is literally about like a release that somebody needed to get. And I just heard a time frame. Some of you are going to know if this is for you or not. I'm not going to pry on this one, but I heard 5 to 7 weeks for some of you all. You need to know 5 to 7 weeks. That's what I'm hearing, Scorpio. I don't want to see that one. I heard that one's not for me to look at. That's just 5 to 7 weeks. Some of y'all need to know that. Okay, so near future. So, near future situation. This is a friend sometimes. Sometimes this isn't quite a friend yet. This is a service person, somebody that helps. Sometimes it's a housekeeper. Sometimes this is speaking to people's like tidy habits. But I'm hearing about what somebody needed to do to clean up a situation and how they show up in service. And they're showing me what's in her hands. She's got gifts here in a basket of goodies, and I see that in this situation, this is somebody that's taking the initiative, and I'm hearing that, that could be like a cleaning cloth for some people, but I'm hearing it's not. In this situation, this is somebody who's taken the time to write something out. It could just be a text message. Sometimes these are text messages that are coming through or emails, but I'm hearing that whoever that person is the one that has their hand on this communication, and the guides are telling me to look at these 2 cards in this order that are just trying to show up. One is Amore. So I heard love child. And La Nemica. So this is somebody that might be really shady. And in other cases, this is just somebody who did something devious and had to cover it up. La Nemica. So truth coming out for some of you all regarding that. All right, what's going on in the inner life? Scorpio. Inner life. Fortuna. So this is luck. Some of you all are just feeling it right now. And I'm hearing, if it's not like, oh, I just feel so lucky with my life, it's like feeling like you can open up about something and being your naked truth. And this is somebody that's standing on the wheel of fortune that literally, if they were on the back end of it and just being smacked around by life, because sometimes that's what fortune is like. These are really karmic types of situations. This is somebody who's now scantily clothed here, but she covered up in all the right places, and they're talking about what she had to do so that she could even open up. And I'm hearing for some of you all, this is you just realizing that it's like, it's kind of like caution to the wind time, where you're able to just open up about something. And I'm hearing for some of you all, it's about whatever this was, something that you had to cover up, and maybe a piece of mail that came. And I'm hearing for some of you all, that mail might be a check. And for some of y'all, it's just a check emotionally about where your love is and what you need to express. Because they're saying for some of you all, I'm hearing it's been like 5 years of dire situations, is what they're telling me. They're telling me dire. I see somebody holding their hand and being like, dire situation. And just like, again, 5 and 5, there's just some like, I'm hearing there might have been some angst about how to get those wheels moving. But if this is you and how you're feeling about yourself, you're feeling empowered now, Scorpio. You're feeling empowered enough to put that out there and not be so pressed. I'm hearing for some of you others too, though, if this isn't you that you're seeing this, this is an idea that you have about what is coming your way and what you've been focusing on because maybe it was dire. I'm hearing about just holding on because something that remained in the family that nobody was talking about. And I hate giving messages like this, but I'm hearing about like, well, it's good now because it's like an end to a generational curse is what I'm hearing. So if like any of you are like really into spiritual matters, or I'm hearing you might have some like ancient gypsy ties or like something in your family that you couldn't talk about, and it's like a pact in the family or something, that it's like something came to an end and it was dicey is what I'm hearing. Let's see what's going on in the external world, Scorpio. All right, Giovine Fanciola, she's been showing up in a couple of the other readings too. I'm just going to say check your sun, your moon, and your rising here, because whoever this person is definitely wants to say something, and she's trying to be modest. She's like covering herself up. And I'm hearing this might be someone, maybe this is how you're being perceived. In some cases, this is like knowing that somebody's looking at you like this, because this is a very attractive woman. A lot of times when this person shows up, it's like she is the subject of another person's admiration or attention. In other cases, this is like, I'm hearing how you're hoping somebody will look at you. She is like the virgin bride, you know, and we're hearing for some people it's just like feeling renewed after a start that went well. Because for some of you, this bambino, especially if it's not a baby, I mean, you know, and it could be, you know, I mean, I wouldn't call you a virgin if it's your child, unless you're some miraculous healer that has really incredible news to share, which I would be very interested in. We're hearing about a new start that may have gone really well for somebody. And in some cases, it's like, maybe you just got married, because there's love here. If it wasn't a formal, like, we just got married union, we're hearing somebody might have helped you cover something up, and people might be surprised that you were with child. And so that could be somebody trying to cover up, you know, baby bump is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing for some of y'all it's child number 2, actually. Giovine Fanciulla. But this person doesn't always speak up too much. She's kind of pointing over in the direction of this hand and what somebody needed to write down, and maybe what the advice is about what to do. So, Lamika, that's a friend. That's a real friend. I'm hearing for some of you all, this is reaching out to somebody who helped you a lot. that maybe doesn't know they're your friend, that maybe felt like they were blocked, and being able to speak up about it. And in some cases, this is like you considering making a gesture. I'm hearing for some of you all, you might be feeling really generous right now, especially if you're being called or compelled to show your friendship to somebody. Because this person shows up and removes obstacles. This is somebody that gets the obstacles out of the way. And I'm hearing she might be like your Ganesha, you know? Like maybe you're interested in, Ganesha, the remover of obstacles. But I'm seeing this person here like moving this chair out of the way. And they're saying this person kind of might be like your Ganesha, like your remover of obstacles. And maybe why in the present you've been able to walk away from something into something better. And I was hearing about romantic stuff. I'm just gonna throw this out too, because I've seen a lot of women here, and I was getting some similar messages. I think it was with Cancer. You might have Cancer in your chart or be dealing with a Cancer, but I've seen about somebody coming out of the closet, leaving a relationship, and being able to point out to a friend, it's like, you really helped me, and now I have these feelings, and I'm not in this situation anymore, and what about me? kind of thing. And so some of you all might be going through something like that right now. And I'm just going to say, embrace the love wherever it is, especially if it's being good to you, and especially if somebody has protected you or your child or your new beginning, because that Amore card is like, it's just showing up here and it's looking at me from the bottom of the deck. And I just keep hearing, focus on the love, focus on the healing, Scorpio. It's good for you. All right, let's see how things will develop here. So, Speedy. So, for some of you, this is maybe putting out a vibe of lost hope. Like what went zigzag in the past and the ships that had to sail. But so Speedy is like, this is somebody who might be crying about something that happened. And I'm hearing for somebody, it's like, feeling like you were cloaked in shame for something. And it's like, whatever is on her arm, it's like her scarlet letter is what I'm hearing. And it's like, it was a difficult time. And I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like being cheated in somebody's game, like if you felt like you got cheated. And I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like, you might have lost somebody in the past. This could be like the parent that wasn't there. And for some of you, and this is really specific, I'm hearing about somebody's like jealous, misfortunate mistake and why they had to let an opportunity pass them by, and really why they might be writing a tearful letter for somebody is what I'm hearing. And that doesn't have to be you, but you might have somebody coming back from the past to you, because this is often somebody who either is feeling unrequited now or left the situation unrequited, and some ship sailed, you see. And it's like the thoughts that go over somebody's head where they're kind of doubling back and trying to figure out, how could I have done this any differently? And I'm hearing for some of you all too, it's just realizing that now that either you're with child, and I'm hearing a special message about somebody that just needed something else in their life. They're just saying they just needed something else in their life, and that I'm hearing he's not the father, he's the sperm donor, and I did that for myself because I needed love in my life. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing for somebody, it's like maybe not an apology. It might be an apology for some of you, but there might be some kind of message that comes after you feel like hope had escaped, dealing with whatever the situation was. But I'm just hearing, it already passed. They're saying it to me like, this too shall pass, but I'm hearing it already passed for some of you, and that's like what this closed door might be, closing that door on what was read for what is now in a more healed direction, maybe with a new person whose hand to hold. But I'm hearing that whatever comes from somebody might actually have like somewhat of a sinking emotional feeling just because they might not have been able to communicate before. And this stone keeps rolling. I'm hearing if those rocks could just talk, and for some of you all, the rocks might be talking right now, especially if you're as intuitive as many of you are. I'm just hearing too, there's like just if there's like muddy communication on a relationship vibe here, I'm hearing with this external influence here, please make sure you know that if you're waiting on this person here to speak up, because this is an external person that's like pointing at their shoulder, at the friend, at the letter, at whatever happened in the past, this is not a talkative person. This is somebody that might rely more on their haloed communication, that you might actually need to initiate this. And I feel like if that's the case, you're already going to know it, and you've been thinking about it. This is somebody that's already considering how they're going to unleash that information. Yeah. Let's see what else we can find out. Maybe on more of a personal romantic vibe here with the romance angel Scorpio. I had already shuffled these a lot, but shuffle them just a little bit more. What does our Scorpio need to know about love, and maybe what this news is? That's it right there. Okay, so let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So I'm hearing for some of you, this is especially if you have been guarding your heart, guarding your emotions, and maybe just not being able to communicate and what the situation is about here. When you see luck showing up in this fortune, just like this is somebody who's giving it freely. And she's not standing here waiting to catch something back. This is somebody who has just sent it out there and who is not being controlling. And I'm hearing for some of you all, here's the biggest risk in letting go of control issues and maybe, you know, being the messenger or putting that out in some kind of way. The worst thing that could happen is that you just set it out freely for some kind of closure without the expectation of how it comes back to you, because it's one of those things that's working on luck and fortune, and they're saying it's guided. I'm seeing this woman here with something to say. She's got this pitcher of water, maybe that she wants to pour, and she's there with her child. And whatever she had to say, I'm hearing in this situation, is guided, and she might be talking to this man here. There's something she wants to say to him, and he's not really sure what to think. He's kind of like, huh? And see, she's ready to keep walking is the thing, and she's protecting her child, and there's these angels watching here. And I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like, especially if you're like the single parent, he might be skeptical for some reason. But there's angels here that are guiding, and I'm hearing for some of y'all too, it's like a very specific message, but it's like for the one that was inseminated, it's like he's gonna need to know the truth. He's sitting on this book here and it's closed. It's like he doesn't know what to say. He's just kind of like, okay, I'm listening, and he's listening to his own guides too. And so I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like if this is your romantic interest, especially if you're like the single parent, something looks like it changed. Maybe you left a relationship, Scorpio, and whatever it is you have to say to him, I'm hearing just don't expect too much. He might be kind of shocked, is what they're saying. So hopefully that's helpful if that's for you, Scorpio. I don't know. I mean, a lot of different people could have different messages right now that aren't related to that too, but whatever it is, we're hearing that there is some communication that needs to go forward here, and that the more open you can be while you're in your luck and maybe feeling like you got a jolt of energy that puts you in that position to turn that wheel on your own, it's actually going to be a good thing. And they say you're not too worried about what's falling out of that cornucopia, that these might be some gifts and things that have to come out of your mouth a certain way, and sometimes words seem like they get in the way, and so I'm just going to suggest pick up a pen and write it out. You know, it's okay to script yourself, especially if you know that you're being advised to be a friend here. Hey, hope that's helpful, and let me know. Appreciate your thumbs ups, your comments, and thanks for subscribing if you like my channel. Really appreciate you. I can do a personal reading for you at artoflove.me if you'd like one with just your private information in it. Take care, Scorpio. God bless. And if I don't hear from you, I'll catch you again soon when we're back for another one, all right? Bye for now.